Welcome to the Dominican Republic. It is January and around 80 degrees down here, taking in the sun, and wanted to do this short video to give you a taste of what God has been doing through us down here in the Dominican Republic, how He is using the church, how He's using other churches and using schools to advance the gospel and teach people about Jesus and mature them in the faith. God's given us amazing opportunity to work with people in the school system, to work with people in urban settings and in rural settings. We'll be in a school that is in a more of an urban setting, and it's a Christian school that we've been working with for several years now, and you'll get a chance to meet the current principal there. We'll also have an opportunity to go into what's called a bate, which is a sugarcane village. It's a small sugarcane village, but very, very poor. And God's given us an opportunity to help a pastor there plant a church. And we're going to take some time for you to get to know him and the ministry of what God is doing there in that village as well. Throughout the year, throughout 2015 and beyond, our plan is to bring teams down here to offer medical treatment for people. It could be dentistry, it could be general medicine. Also bring people down to work with teachers, educate teachers, work with students, work with teenagers, doing sporting ministries like soccer and pastor training as well. And God's given us an opportunity to really rub shoulders with people, real people created in the image of God. And we don't look at this as some sort of a small thing. This isn't about us, but it is about God. In Matthew 28, it says that we should go and make disciples of all nations. And the Dominican Republic is a nation that is not too far from us. When we fly down here, it's about 4 hours. But we've seen this as a great opportunity to meet people, encourage them in the faith, tell them about Jesus, make disciples, and plant churches. And want you to get a taste of what this ministry looks like. It's not a complete taste. Not going to talk to everyone we work with. You're not going to see all the ministries that we do. But we'll give you a taste of what God is doing here.
Hello, brothers, sisters. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Okay, my name is Daniel Kim, and my wife, Elizabeth Kim. We are here at this moment for 2 years. I was pastoring at the state, Morgantown, West Virginia, in a Korean church for 19 and a half years. And after I resigned my church in 2012, September of 2012, I moved to Chicago and had few months or 2 or 3 months of sabbatical time. And then we're praying for God's leading. By God's really, we didn't think about missions or Dominican republics, but God miraculously led us into Dominican Republic, and that's where we are. I believe that we pastors. Whether we are in America or in mission field, whether our boss, our God sends you, we have to say amen. We have to say yes. Whether it could be Dominican Republic or whether it could be California, Florida. So we've prayed about that, and finally we decided to come here.
We're standing here at the soccer field where we've been doing a ministry program for about 2.5 years. When we first started out here, it was pretty amazing. The young men would not really listen to anything that we were saying or talk to us about anything. And then after about 2 years or so, they've really taken to us and enjoy us coming down, and they enjoy hearing everything that we have to say. And quite a few of them have actually, found Christ and decided that, they wanted to change their life and live a different way. So the opportunity to play here on this field and just meet these young men and understand that they come from really bad areas and broken homes and no fathers, for them to find Christ and to give their lives to Christ is just an amazing thing. I'm standing here with Lenny. He's a translator that we started to use about 2 years ago, right? Yeah. That's correct. When we met Lenny, he was a bit of a harder kind of guy. He was really hard to approach. Just wanted to translate, and that was about it. And then, I guess over working with us a couple of times, he's really softened up and everything. And I just like to ask him, how's God been working in your life these days, and the impact that God has had in your life?
Well, it's been great ever since I started working with you guys, because I learned a lot, and I see the good things God has for everybody, for me, and pretty much everybody, that's willing to accept Him in His life.
So right behind us is this really big tree, and we do our studies back there, and we give a short message to the kids and everything. And Lenny is just a testament of how great God works and how these ministries work out, where he just thought he was coming just to translate for us and not, and that was it, and just play some soccer. But really, God came and just touched his heart. So it's wonderful to work with you, and I appreciate everything you do for us. So thank you again, Lenny.
Thank you guys for talking to me about God and explaining a lot of things that I didn't know, and it's great, to be around you guys, and I appreciate the things you do for everybody out here, and it's great the things you bring, to this youth, to the young kids, that don't know God and are willing to know and learn. I believe it's great.
Okay, we are now in Villahermosa, which is over in La Romana area, again on the southern part of the island of the Dominican Republic. And right now we're outside of the school, My Eternal Refuge here behind me. This school started to be built about 8 years ago, and there are now over 200 students who attend here, learn a Christian education, and they're here for half day in the morning, and then another group comes in a half day in the afternoon. Okay, so we're here right now with Berta, and she's been running the school, principal of the school, for several years now. So we're going to do a little bit of an interview with her so you can get to know her better and learn a bit about the school here in Villahermosa. So, how long have you been serving here as the principal of the school?
¿Cuánto tiempo lleva usted sirviendo aquí como principal en la escuela?
5 años.
About 5 years.
And what are the main subjects that the students learn here at the school?
¿Cuál es la materia más común que los niños
Aquí nosotros impartimos la materia básica que nos exige el Ministerio de Educación.
¿Qué viene siendo?
Lengua española, ciencias naturales, estudios sociales, matemáticas.
Spanish, math, science, basic things that Board of Education requires.
Formación humana.
Human formation.
Okay.
Artística.
Art.
Educación física.
PE.
Okay.
Physical education.
Okay. And what are they learning when it comes to the Bible?
¿Y qué ellos están aprendiendo sobre la Biblia?
Sí, en formación humana nosotros le hablamos del Señor.
In human formation, we teach them about the Lord.
Okay. Dios es nuestro centro.
The Lord is our main focus.
What are the things that you've seen, and you might have to think about this a little bit, but what are some of the things that you've seen God do in the lives of students here at the school?
Dice que usted tal vez tenga que pensar un poquito sobre esto que le está preguntando, pero ¿cuáles han sido las cosas que usted ha visto que Dios le ha cambiado a los niños en la escuela?
Ah, sí. Su conducta,
Their behavior,
su relación humana,
human relations, like relating to other people, friends, stuff.
son niños que venían desamparados, o sea que tú no le veías una sonrisa. Aquí, gracias a Dios, el Señor le ha cambiado eso, le ha dado sonrisa.
Most of the kids, when they first come, they had the sadness within, so the Lord changed that and put a smile on their face.
All right, we are outside of the water purification plant that was built a few years ago, and it is great because it can supply water to so many people. Not only is the water clean and not only is it pure, but it is of probably the highest level of quality that you'd find in the entire country. And so we're going to go and take a look inside and get a quick tour, and you can see all that goes on in there. In a country like this, it's so easy for people to get sick because they don't have the basic needs that we have back in the States, such as clean water. And so to meet the standard of the highest level down here, the water comes in. The well is about 150 feet down. It was drilled. And then the water comes up and goes through a series of filtration along the way until it comes over to the storing containers. The storing containers then creates a reservoir that's used, and then you can see over here that we're going to have a demonstration on how the jugs are all clean, and not only are they clean, but then they're filled up, and then they're ready for sale at the door. All right, here we are. We're outside of the clinic, Los Americanos Clinic here in Villahermosa. This clinic focuses on eye care. They do surgeries periodically through the week. Here we are in a village called Bate Bembe, and Bate Bembe is out in the sugarcane fields outside of a little community called Consuelo. And if you can look around, you can see these are row houses here, and there's children, and there's women working, and men working out in the fields. And today we come to visit Pastor Claudio. Pastor Claudio is here and has been investing in the people's lives now for quite a while. And there are people that are coming to Jesus, and we're going to go sit down and get to know him a little bit better and give you an opportunity to get to know him better too. All right, here we are. We're sitting down inside of the church. Pastor, what's the name of the church here?
¿Cuál es el nombre de la iglesia aquí, pastor?
Casa de Restauración.
And what does that mean?
Casa de Restauración.
House of Restoration. That's what it means.
The House of Restoration. That's excellent. Now inside it looks pretty nice. We have tarps up, and we have a new roof over here. Looks beautiful. What's God been doing in the church here? What have
¿Qué
you?
ha estado haciendo aquí en esta iglesia, pastor?
Bueno, por este momento que vimos que Dios está hablando de una forma especial
Okay,
y
entonces,
maravillosamente,
in this moment, God is working in a special way.
donde que muchas personas están convirtiendo.
And many people is coming to know Christ.
Y primeramente,
And first of all,
queremos agradecerle al pastor Scott
and we want to thank you, Pastor Scott,
por su aporte,
that, because you have come here
que han podido respaldarnos
and you came here to help us
con toda su fuerza,
with all your strength.
porque después de salir de aquí,
After you left,
hemos recibido
we received
una ofrenda
an offering
mensualmente.
every month.
That's great. That's great. Well, we're part of a church in just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Somos parte de una iglesia afuera de Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Amén.
And it's actually a relatively new church.
Y eso es una iglesia relativamente nueva, se puede decir.
Amén.
It's in a little it's in a larger suburb of Pittsburgh with about 24,000 people.
Es una iglesia que tiene alrededor, a las afueras de Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, tiene alrededor de 20,000, you say? 20,000 personas.
And God has led us to plant or start a new church in that community.
Y Dios nos ha permitido a plantar una nueva iglesia en esa comunidad.
Amén.
And one of the things that we find that's God's calling us to do is not only start a new church there, but also to start churches around the world.
Dice, una de las cosas que Dios nos ha permitido hacer o realizar es no solamente nosotros plantar iglesias allá en Pensilvania, en Pittsburgh, sino también alrededor del mundo poder plantar otras iglesias.
Amén.
And we want to help you make disciples of Jesus here in this community.
Y nosotros queremos ayudarte a ti a que tú puedas disciplinar y dar la palabra en esta comunidad a otras personas.
Amén. Amén.
And the main thing that we really want to focus on isn't so much about buildings and stuff. We want the main focus to be what's happening in the hearts of people.
Okay, y la cosa más importante que nosotros queremos que suceda no es que sea la construcción, no es que te demos algo, sino lo que en realidad está pasando en los corazones de las personas.
Gloria a Dios.
Yeah.
Exactamente.
Often people will ask, why do you continue to go back to the Dominican Republic? Why do you continue to work in the same region and go so often? And why is it that so many of the same people go? Well, simply put, we believe to be on mission is to make disciples. And in order to make disciples, we realize that we need to have ongoing relationships with people. And over the last several years, God has given us opportunity as we work together to build relationships with many people. This is a ministry that right now Advance is leading, but we work with several other organizations, other churches, schools, people from various churches will go down with us. And what's great about it is that we work with often the same pastors, the same community group leaders, the same translators. When we can, we try to get the same drivers that transport us around. And the reason is because we want to invest in people's lives. We want to be a blessing to them. And it's through that type of a format that we see relationships build, we see trust build. We don't want to do short-term mission trips that are about building buildings per se. If something needs built, we'll do that. We'll try to raise the money. We'll bring down the construction workers to do that. But the main point that we have, the main agenda that we're going after is building relationships with people in order to faithfully and effectively make disciples of Jesus Christ.